Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do story time and a little bit of medical mystery. So I hope that you will stick around and leave some comments below. If you have any advice for me, I would love to hear it. So 3 years ago, I had a surgery that completely changed my life. I had a parotid tumor. It's called a pleomorphic adenoma, and it was situated right behind my ear. I had actually had a lump behind my ear for about 20 years, and it had grown slowly over time. It had started to come to the cheek area and was the size of a large strawberry, about 2.5 to 3 centimeters. So some of these tumors can be cancerous. They can spread across your body. Some of them are benign. Mine was benign. And whenever I first went to the doctor, they had to do what's called an FNA, a fine needle analysis, where they stick a needle into your tumor, draw out some fluid, and try to determine if it's benign or malignant. My results were inconclusive, which really sucked that I had to go through that for nothing. Then I had the surgery. It was actually 3 days after my birthday. So every birthday I have, I know that my surgery-versary is coming right up after it. So the surgery is called a parotidectomy, and it seemed to go fine. I had a 1 night stay in the hospital, and then they sent me home. It is a really painful recovery. I had a drain, so I had a hole from the back of my head and a tube full of blood and a little thing to carry it in. And I also had to squeeze out the blood every day for a week. Whenever I went for my 1 week checkup, they took out the stitches, they yanked out the drain, and that's when I told her that I had noticed that I was healing kind of slow. So I wasn't able to move my neck. I was doing a lot of this action, and I just wasn't feeling well. I also had trouble with my arm. She told me everything was fine. It was just a really painful recovery, which it is, and to let her know at the 6-week follow-up. So the parotidectomy part of it healed fairly well. I was in a lot of pain. It radiated from my jaw, or my chin, all the way up my jaw to my ear. The scar itself healed nicely. It's kind of like a crescent moon, and actually it's probably pretty hard to tell on the video. And that healed nicely. I did have facial paralysis. That is one of the risks with the surgery. Some people have it really bad. Mine was like a moderate facial paralysis. I had to do a lot of facial exercises. I don't know if it helped speed up my recovery, but it helped pass the time. It was probably about 8 months before I noticed I could whistle, which was good. It's kind of like whenever you get a filling from the dentist and your whole side of your face is numb and it doesn't move quite right and you're doing a lot of that. That's what it was like. For the first, couple of weeks, it's hard to eat because you can't really open your mouth very wide. So it was a lot of ice cream, soups, protein shakes, that type of thing. So at the 6-week mark, I went to see my doctor for another follow-up, and I let her know the issues I was having. So my neck, it's hard to tell in the video, but the scarring itself, I had a big bulge right here. It was pretty big. It actually looked like a big another nodule. It's actually gone down a little bit, but I still had a lot of trouble moving my neck. I could do a little bit of this and a little bit of this, but nowhere near the full range of motion. And I also couldn't lift up my arm. So this is about as high as I can lift up my arm. This is about as high this way. And it was really frustrating me. I had a lot of weakness in my arm and just no range of motion. So my doctor told me that I must have babied my neck during the recovery, and that I needed to go to physical therapy. So she set me up for 4 weeks of physical therapy, and then I did 4 more weeks. So a total of 8 weeks of physical therapy, 3 hours a day, and I still had little to no improvement. It was crazy. I couldn't believe whenever they would do their measurements, they accused me of not doing the home exercise, but I literally devoted 3 times a day. I had to do an hour of exercises all day long. It kind of took a lot out of my day just because, you have to schedule that around everything. And it was seemingly pointless because I wasn't seeing any improvement. In fact, all it did was hurt my arm and my neck more. I'm still in daily pain. So at the end of every day, I'm taking meds. My neck kind of bulges up right through here. And I can't do everyday things. I can't, put my hair in a ponytail, for example. I have to like lift this arm up high, but I can only do this. I can't go grocery shopping because, you're constantly pulling things off of the shelf and loading it like onto the conveyor belt out of the cart. Oh, it kills me. I need a good massage after I go grocery shopping. Let's see what else. I can't lift a lot of things. I can't lift a gallon of milk out of the fridge, and I certainly can't like do that motion. Oh, it's so crazy. It's also left me a little deformed. So if you've been watching the video, you probably haven't noticed, or maybe you have, that the right side of my body is situated about 2 inches below my left, and it's also curved inward. And it's also caused me to have a loss of fat and muscle around my neck area and also up through here. So if I go like this, it really caves in. And it's not parallel with my body because my arm and shoulder are kind of hunched forward. So, that's obviously not normal. I can't, shave. There's like a big old concave area. It makes it hard to do stuff like that. And my neck, I can, kind of go like this. I can't see over that shoulder, but I can see, pretty well over that one. It's just frustrating. Nobody had any answers. After the physical therapy, I ended up going to see a chiropractor, and they gave me a neck brace to try to wear, and that helped a little bit, but I still didn't see a lot of improvement. They recommended that I go see a neurologist, and that's when I learned that a nerve had been severed. So there's a nerve from the back of your head that goes down to your shoulder area and your neck, and that's what's affecting this whole issue. She asked if I had gone back to my ENT, which I hadn't after they had released me from the physical therapy. So I did go back to them. They told me again that they did nothing wrong. The surgery went just fine. It was, routine, and that I must have babied my neck and it was my fault, or that something was revealed, that I had another issue during the recovery. And that's why I healed this way. They referred me to an orthopedist. So I went and saw them, and they're like, there's nothing we can do. So I'm at a loss. I've sent to all these specialists, and no one knows why my neck is this way. It's not a common result after the surgery. I've talked to a lot of people that have had surgery similar to mine, and nobody has ever claimed that they've experienced the same thing. So it's super frustrating, and that's why I'm sharing my story on my 3rd year surgery anniversary. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.